Dietary polyphenols display zinc ionophore activity. Boom, let me put this up. So when you do hear about hydroxychloroquine, the whole science behind, green leafy vegetables, my marine phytoplankton you can find on my site. You know what I'm saying? Mama Pills Iron Tonic is the best, Oxyhemo on her site. But green leafy vegetables, you're just trying to get some. Burdock, yellow dock is the best herbs that are accessible in temperate regions. They grow, the yellow dock grows north and south, but the burdock you're going to find more in the northern climates. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, of course you could take Fido. A lot of my products you could take together. I wouldn't say like mix them all in one cup, but like throughout the day, you definitely can take them. All right, so this is showing kind of how the hydroxychloroquine situation works, where zinc is used as a ionophore. Make sure I'm saying that right. Ionophore is the right word. So the name of my company is So Ionic. And an ionophore or ionophore is a doorway, so to speak, because the membrane is like the skin of a cell. And remember, we're talking about viruses getting into the cell. Well, when you take certain things in order to help get rid of the virus, like for instance, when it gets in the cell, you need to make sure that those properties can get in your cell too. But they don't know that junk you taking. They like, who you, and you're gonna be like, I'm Boom Boom's cousin, from St. Louis. Like Boom Boom's cousin. Boom Boom never told me he had a cousin. What's your name? You know what I mean? Like, yo, my name Lil Zink. Lil Zink Zink. He was like, let me holler at Boom Boom and see what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just going to let anything up in there. You know what I mean? You got to prove yourself. And in this case, with an ionophore is proven by way of your charge, the type of charge you got. So zinc has a certain type of charge. So the hydroxychloroquine gets combined with the zinc, and then it forms a complex in the membrane that then allows the hydroxychloroquine to enter inside of the cell and then start doing what it has to do with the virus. But hydroxychloroquine is based on quinine, okay, quinine, which is a natural flavonoid or phenol that is found in the cinchona bark in Peru. I mean, you can find that. I don't know if you can find it now because it's been so popular with everything going on. They probably low and expensive as hell everywhere now, but it's a common herb, and the quinine is a isolated molecule from that plant, and it's called hydroxychloroquine because it's a chloride molecule on there, not molecule, element. The element chloride is on there, and then you have a hydroxyl group on there too, so it's hydroxychloroquine. Well, you could take quercetin, you could take other polyphenols along with zinc, and the same process that you're seeing here, as you see how the zinc ain't going in there on its own, but the zinc complex, you see how it says QCT, EGG, and CQ. QCT is the quercetin. CG represents that molecule in green tea that everybody goes crazy about. I forget how to say the whole joint off the top right here, but when you combine the flavonoid with the mineral, they create an ionophore zinc complex that then enters inside the cell. And the zinc, man, zinc is everything in the world to fighting viruses, because it helps to create something called a zinc finger. All right, a zinc finger. Just like, what do you use your fingers for? You got hands, right? And your hands is able to grab things and do things. You know what I'm saying, right? It allows you to do some real meticulous processes. But your fingers, though, your fingers allow you to do even more specific. You know what I mean? You can do some real funky shit with your fingers. You know what I mean? So that's why they call them zinc fingers, because the zinc combines with amino acids and these little proteins and stuff and makes this this structure, this molecular structure that's kind of like a finger. And what it's able to do is do some real specific tasks. In this case, it's able to shut down these viruses. All right. This is like a blow up of the molecular. Each gray circle is a different amino acid. The amino acids that combine to the zinc are cysteine, which is the sulfur based amino acids, and histidine. All right. Those connect to them. And then they create these they look like little onks. You know what I'm saying? All right. So zinc ions bind to the zinc fingers, right, which translocate to the nucleus and activates gene transcription, regulation of enzymatic activity. Zinc ions inhibit PTPs and affect phosphorylation cascades, assembly of complexes. Two zinc dependent steps are essential for early activation, first upon contact with the MHC on an antigen presenting cell. So this breakdown right here is just talking about how integral they are in your immune system and in your immune response. You need zinc in order for each step in your immune response to happen. And when you don't have any zinc, then it has to use another mineral, or it doesn't use anything at all. So yeah. These are all different complexes, quercetin iron complexes right here, in order to get in the cell and do some work. These are sources of a lot of the flavonoids right here. Okay. So you got curcumin. And okay, so let me address curcumin real quick, because you got people that say curcumin doesn't do anything. The studies show it doesn't help. It takes a long time in order for the effects of the curcumin, right? But that is not true. It is true to an extent. It's true when you don't know what you're doing. When you're dealing with solubility, you deal with different solutes, right? You deal with different solutions. So you got water, you got oil, you got ethanol, you know what I'm saying? You got fat, you got different things to use to dissolve substances, and you have to use the right solution, or else you won't be able to solve the problem without the right solution. I'm gonna say that again. You won't be able to solve the problem without the right solution. Okay, trademark KT 2020 today. Okay, which means curcumin is fat soluble. So who uses curcumin a lot? Indians, right? Indians they use like clarified butter, ghee, and stuff like that, but they also use oils, coconut oils, and things like that too. So what you want to do with curcumin, or turmeric, so to speak, is when you cook your turmeric, when you use your turmeric, you want that thing to be warmed up in oil. You want to infuse it in some food you eating, right? Or like how they do the golden milk. That's a fat. Now I'm not talking about dairy milk. I'm talking about different nut milks and coconut milks, and you could add get some of my perilla oil, mix that thing with the turmeric, put that thing inside of a milk or something, and drink that. And what that's going to do is allow more bioavailability, because they say it's the bioavailability of curcumin is very poor because nobody is thinking about its solubility factor. Okay. Yeah, so thymol, that's in thyme, juglone, that's in walnut, coumarin, that's the blood thinner. You can find that in a lot of different herbs. Eugenol, that's in clove. vanillin. These are all the different flavonoids. You find all this stuff in food. That's why I say we was like, let the food be thy medicine, because it's really in the foods. When you eat strong, powerful foods, especially locally sourced in your area, you get a lot of this stuff. And herbs are not just limited to the big medicinal herbs. It's also spice herbs like thyme and oregano and rosemary and dill and basil and all of those, cilantro. All of them got, you smell them, right? You smell them and they smell so good and they bring back memories because they doing good stuff for you.